Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Limbus Company. It was not planned for today, but it be what it be. I was not planning on I was planning on streaming tomorrow, but I guess it's going to be today. Okay, Twitch, why Twitch note twitching? No, hey, Twitch, wake up. You know, I'm just gonna jump in and pray. Hope it works out. Fingers crossed. Or not. There we go. No. I legitimately blanked on where I was supposed to go to do the story. Ignore me. There we go. I should probably sufficiently caffeinate. I think I'm ready. If this doesn't work, I can just go back to try the other team. I need a drink. One moment. Okay, if that's how everyone's been living, then my life. My photographs, too. So this is S-Corp 2, right? It is reminiscent of my homeland. The sights are much too hideous compared to the what rests in my memories. Hideous was apt when we emerged from the entrance of the dungeon of S-Corp streets. We were greeted with distorted, eerie scenery. I wouldn't be surprised to find an S-Corp theme haunted mansion. Since a place hardly fit for human habitation, far more dilapidated than once expected, thou sayest that people inhabit these lands for truth? Really? It has a cool vibe. Actually, no, it kind of does. Vibes by foot. I don't think I'll be able to get a wink of sleep in here. The lives of the downtrodden were beset by 1,000 woes and tenfold more struggles, and streets they inhabit reflect that reality. Many times I had contemplated and consternation of how folk had even the will to live on. Shadow began to haunt Kib's face, still lingering there as he shook around. If the distortion reveals the fathoms of those it gazes into, as Kim had said, perhaps this is how S-Corp is reflected in Kim's eyes. On the days the skies were spotless blue and without orders from counselor, I would scale to the roof of the thatch roofed house? I'll pretend I know what that is, and feel it rustle beneath my back as I lay on it. I thought it to be a respite solely mine, yet it was beard. Yet in this weird world, another has walked here before my arrival. I join him looking up at that thatched roof of the Shoga. Beneath it, a wicked tunnel I have passed, and now I witness myself before the one who shall strike the head from my torso. There was a figure standing tall next to the building, staring defiantly toward the hand on the straw roof. I'm Jiong Ipo. I have no idea how you say his name. Are you home? Are you home? I asked. What a strange visitor I have. Why not call... Why not call at the front gate if you have seen my master in that house? Be not like a dog barking the wrong tree, it's unbecoming. A dog? Really now? I can see you up there. Lounging on the roof, I'm not going to speak to that door. I'm not going to speak to the door like I'm blind. Has a spell of some sort befallen the day? To have such an odd occurrence transpired twice successive the work of the bewitching spirit, I say. So this is bewitching about... What's so bewitching about checking in on someone? Isn't it odd? The high and noble military commissar of our esteemed corporation would come in person to simply check in on how a lowly mercenary fares. You know me. She certainly knows her jests. She marches forth, vested in war strider armor, yet expects no violence. She wields two-handed great blade like a demonic yaksha, yet harbors no hostile intent. Why else would she be but military commissar Jiang Ippo, the principal of the famed I'm family? You're certainly in the habit of speaking in hyperbole. I am not so noble that I deserve to be complimented with an so grand as the principal. And it, not a compliment, you see, Commissar. This is a theatrical technique known as the backhanded compliment, in which I damn you with praise, for you are so bound by your precious principles that you would rather be unresponsible than betray them. Does an officer ranked second ordinate have no wit to engage in such banter? Why am I out of line, as they say? You two are friends, right? This was our first meeting, so no, that is not the precise moment. Now, I'm just saying that if I were her, I wouldn't even let myself become friends with you after such a bad first impression. Can't imagine becoming friends with someone who keeps pushing my buttons. Maybe, but people do find friends in such personalities if they have taste for prickliness. You've got a friend in us, don't you? Fine, you have a point. I guess I do have a habit of pushing people's buttons, too. But still, I hope you're not seriously comparing the way I talk to his sassy gotcha diggin' pun riddle. Well, the world we live in is a vast and diverse one. Consider yourself lucky that you're surrounded by so many quirky characters. And it's because of that same luck that she took the joke well, rather than respond by trying to cut off my head. You are out of line, yes, but I knew you would be, so I won't take issue with it, though I must admit, the rumors of your sharp tongue do you no justice. The streets speak of a man called Kim Lib, Bamboo Rain Hat, a man who once intended to pursue the path of the brush, only to realize the sins of his forefathers and exiled himself to the back streets. Yet with the sheer power of will, gritted teeth, and scarred heart, did he find the path of sword another way into the nest. As the right state council's sworn guard at that. That's you, isn't it? Although yet the reality is that I've merely found the path of butchery as a viable way of life. Direct any compliment you have toward the right state counselor, if you will. I am but a butchering blade that happened to fall in the right hands. Not a compliment, just a word on the streets. You're a quick learner. Consider me a fancy reading of my names. Watching you pretend to be pompous, posturing comes naturally is painful enough already. Keep it simple and spelled out as Bamboo-Hatted Kim. Thank you. And does he continue to veer away from the line? I'd rather be a corpse cold and dead than stay in line. Have a shred of mercy on me, almighty one. If I'd come all the way here just to punish you for every little misdeed and ill manners, I would have laid you out and split you in two. 3 ways this pivoting dialogue brought us this far. So feel safe to continue outside the line, but in return, would you answer a few of my questions? I've been watching you from a distance for a while now, and really, stalking someone not very principled of you. You sure she didn't give you a good wallop after that? No? Truly a mystery, isn't it? Besides, she did give me free rein to continue outside the line. I couldn't, in good consciousness, turn down such offers of kindness. Not that I ever do. You have a way with words, a way with finding your way under the listener's skin, huh? Perhaps yet such chaps not to be expected among fellowships of close mutual bond. They don't look like friends yet, though. So, care to tell us why she's been watching you? I was engaged in the old pastime of throwing rocks. Oh, you speak of the game Sukjian, rock toss. Rock toss. You say rock tossing. Save them for festivities of Dono. I was throwing rocks at the passers-by. Fay on thee. That was a wrong deed, good sir. I suppose it is. People of bone and flesh in particular found it distasteful, and they did not let their discontent be hidden. but the blood on the downtrodden cheered me on. To a degree, they found it cathartic. Or curious, that is in a right deed or a deed not right. Or whatever this thou describing. Its unknown truth in S-Corp is also known by the its other name. The fuck do you say that? A wing specializing in general agriculture and the livestock industry of the city, the vastness and depths of its responsibilities necessitated such divisions of labor. Thus, District 19 is split into 3 court circles responsible for different aspects of the industry. Sal, Pi, and each meaning flesh, blood, and bone, respectively. They're responsible for cultivation of rice and other grains, responsible for meat and livestock, and Pi is in charge of technological aspects of both. As a scientist and a researcher who once toiled at S-Corp, you must have felt the persecution the Pi faced firsthand. It is believed that the Trinity was designed for balance, that they would provide assistance when requested and keep one another in check when needed. It was once a promise of cultivating a fair and sustainable S-Corp. The noble intentions of yesteryear now lie sullied. The Trinity now degraded to 3 quarreling bands of profiteering, blinded by avarice, relying not on honor but betrayal and perfidy to claim the top of the triangle. An heir of the flesh claims that the position of the chief of state council monopolizes rice and the comic folks starve. An adherent of the bone wants the right state of counselor. Hello, casual. How's it going? And rises to the seat of the left state councilor. And such shameless conspiracy permits not the common folk to even till the land as they please. Anguished cries of suffering flood the streets. What can I do with the stake on the left of the street over? Hold on. Let me pull up the thing. I forgot to update it. One moment. The fuck? I just clicked on YouTube and it just gave me a random short of Dante, Sensei, and whoever the hell that, I think that's Art Knights? The main character was that just breakdancing for some freaking reason. Okay, game. There's some commands you can do. Let me go pull them up real quick. I haven't updated yet for it to be visible. Where is it? No, that's not it. Wait, where is it? I had a list of commands. Where'd they go? So let's see. How do I change the About section? Okay, no, that's not it. Channel, no, that is my stream. I am trying to figure it out. I don't know, okay? Wallet? No. I can't figure out how to change my about section. No, I'm trying to put it in there. Okay, I'm gonna look. I can't believe this. I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial on how to do it later. Anyway, here's all the commands that the snake can do, because I cannot figure out how to change it. There you go. That is all you can do with them. That is all you can do with the snake currently. Thank you again to Elder for that one. Crack? I'm pretty. What the fuck? No, hell no, casual. I don't roll like that. Why the hell is that your first attempt? Wait, hold on. Is it not working? Okay, drink worked. I didn't see it do anything, though, for the hay. Oh, no, maybe that's why I didn't see it. It just bobbed up and down. Maybe I just didn't see it. The common folk are reduced to livestock bleeding out, hanging from a hook, while bone and flesh coat like that of the man say dead. I could read. You shall claim the severance of flesh and bone and force them to yield. And off-hero poem when walking the streets of Escorp. Okay, he is doing stuff. Okay. And the people whom thou have targeted with thy rocks they weren't people. Rats. Rats? As the council finds rats detestable, much better to stop them from a distance if you want to crush them. By any chance, do these rats have a habit of sneaking into the royal courtyard for a better pilfer what the common folk rightfully deserve? They certainly suffer from a severe case of kleptomania. Very interesting state mechanic. I didn't do it. Elder did it. Hello, little cockroach. How's it going? So you personally threw a rock at his feet and tripped him to the ground, knowing he was a klepto rat. Well, I simply could not help but react at such a presence of scurrying rats. I wish I could be give the snake guy a top hat. You cannot give us a top hat. That is not going to happen. Can YouTube interact with it? Currently, no. I'm sorry, random cough out of nowhere. No, I haven't figured it out. I've tried to get it to work, but I can't get Stream Elements to actually connect to YouTube for some reason. So currently it does not. I'm trying to get it to work, I just haven't got it to yet. Is there aught you find funny? Speak if you do. I could use a good laugh about it. Just heartily expressing my gratitude, that is all. Those whose corruption is revealed ought to readily receive their scarlet or bonds. The gale scamper away with their expensive prosthetics. My men were having some trouble apprehending them until now. Well, if that is your intent, you are invited to leave a token of gratitude somewhere in the vicinity. Perhaps I'll happen to pick it up. Wouldn't want to get thrown into the dungeons teeming with real vermin. Oh, I was going to do just that. So, you'll stop being a sword and be human again. What? When do you clock out? The way I see it, you're not the kind of person who'll ever let a drop of liquor get to his tongue while on duty for the right state counselor. Oh, she's cute. Return to this Koga when you're human again. I'll buy you a drink as thanks. Ha. She's a funny one, Minter than this fellow you had often mentioned fondly was. Correct, haven't I mentioned her a few times as a drinking fellow I had left behind in S-Corp? I must say, I myself found that relationship most intriguing, that the military commissar of the Sal faction would This is a funny ass noise, dog. Would fraternize with a bodyguard of the Right State Council who was the Pi faction. Still, I knew not that the fellow was none other than a military commissar of S-Corp. Angel's head had gone wide in shock, her voice rising unconsciously. It is news to me that you have ties to a second ordnance official, a military officer, high command over high-ranking employees of the wing at that. Well, I was in service to the Right State Counselor, who's a first ordnance, you know. But, well, that might be true yet. Yet you would like to know why I, with such a powerful friend by my side, have ended up in exile from S-Corp. Yes. The science over matters of such great import is why I have come to introduce you to others as a reticent one, mentor. We had made the Blade lineage our home, for S-Corp availed no homes for us but the lineage. Not but the lineage, but you, mentor. I'd rather show than tell. Let us proceed, shall we? I like how all the girls in Limbus Company wears the biggest suits and broadest jacket. Not all of them do. Most of them, but not all of them. This enchanted place seems intent on unearthing all my past, both savory and unsavory, and shall be revealed in due time. Kim looked around, a twinge of loneliness in his eyes before moving on. We followed without a word. I know how dungeons work. There might possibly be another floor down here, but I think it's just going to be the one. Okay, this one sounds like it might get a bloody go. Yup. A gift from Incorp. Nice. Can I? No, I can't uptie that yet. Crap, I forgot to do that.
저들은 전율하리라.
Tongue, no tongue. Casual, no. Is it drag to it? It is. Cool. Okay, blue, yellow, and red.
점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해.
Okay. I'm curious to see how. I get a feel that if the previous boss is anything to gauge from, the actual boss in this dungeon is going to be a nightmare.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없다.
Hey, there we go.
아, 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
Hey, that hit him pretty good.
아류산 소평열 80. 갈라지도록. 이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을.
I actually didn't think I'd get that version of House that quickly.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가.
Oh, wait, never mind. It's turn 4 now. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that was like turn 2. Dawn did not just die. Well, shit.
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하군. 이제 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말뿐만.
Bleed ice. I mean, well, I suck when it comes to complicated mechanics, and bleed is insanely simple to follow. Okay, hold on. I am gonna okay, Dawn. I lost the sinner really on in the dungeon and arguably my strongest, so Yeah, let's try that again.
저들은 전율하리라.
Also, hello and welcome.
아, 쟤네 분위기 되게 좋다. 가서 껴볼까?
누님, 그쪽은 적입니다.
Why are they struggling?
죄인인가?
꿰뚫려라.
Well, I have this and I have the Hishu pack. And these guys have been working so far. I can always try again and switch them out. But it's the only two teams I've got. And these guys have been working so far pretty well through this Kanto.
어쩐 일로 진짜 도움이 되는 걸 걸치고 오셨네요.
Or not Kanto, whatever you want to call it. So, if it doesn't work out, I can just switch it to the Hisho pack. Or however you pronounce their name.
갑니다. 40. 먹지. 옳다.
엎드리도록.
No ring nurse father. No ring nurse father. Unfortunately.
두번 수감자.
승리로 이끌.
물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
Hopefully you're fine.
잘라낸다. 아리우스는 소통을 탈취. 유세한 실력을 좀 내시네요.
이게
Who the hell is that guy standing at the corner? I just noticed that. Oh, I didn't notice he actually joined the fight this time. I legitimately didn't notice. Damn it, stop struggling, damn it.
갑니다.
I don't have any real poise units. And Rhodey. I might just switch them out now just because how badly injured they're getting. Yeah, Rhodey is already dead. I might just switch them out now if they're already dying this quickly. I don't think I have any decent poise units.
해장병같이 무릎을 꿇고 있을 때인가 십상만.
Yeah, in this first fight, they're dying way too quickly for my liking.
같이 상황을 개선해 보시지.
Don't always will always come back. McDonald's needs their best employee. Forfeit. Yeah, that's not going well. Not that I'm confident my other team will do much better anyway.
필두 출진.
Okay, let's see. Path of Blood, the Silent Path, the Path of Loud Sounds of Clashing Swords. Well, okay, that's Bleed, so what are you? I mean, I have a lot of slashing in this team. Okay, Dawn, Magical Girl Dawn has actually been really, really useful to me up to this point. It's been a while since I used this team, mind you, but hopefully she's still useful? A lot of these are newer units I have not actually deployed to know how they fare. I don't know. I have not actually used this team in a while. So I'm not sure how well they're gonna fare here. Oh, the dungeon.
단순해서 좋군. 9번 수감자.
Okay, listen, Dawn. You are like a weird outlier here of a full issue pack. I have used you before, and you have been ridiculously strong. I am relying on you to still be that.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못해. 틈을 끊어.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 급한 조치였습니다.
I'm also really not a fan of these Dragno wins on fights where your Saiyans can easily die. You don't really have as much control.
내 뒤.
Like, I can really only win rate and then just use a defensive skill. If sometimes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one when it's a little more difficult battle. It just doesn't give you as much control.
이유를 잡아 쫓아보시죠.
That could go either way, but my luck is shit. I will lose favors consistently. Go for it. I also completely forget how to use her. Well, that hurt a lot.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛. 일처리는 덜 답답한 법이지.
예상 못했나봐.
어쩐 일로 진짜 도움이 되는
Ah, she's already hurting.
이대로 몰아넣으시죠.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로 버티면 해주세요.
닭봉창.
Okay, they're doing better. By this point, one of the Blood Fiends will already be half dead.
전투 감각 하나만큼 수감자가 되기를 원한다. 나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 저 해충들을 도려내라.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
It's been a long time since I pulled this team out.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
I think since
어차피
Arknights.
이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
I'm also winning a lot more clashes with this team too. Thankfully. What the hell is this? I've never fielded you before. I don't know why you're suddenly glowing. Ah.
자,
Yeah, that was significantly better.
첫 여정을 시작하고 이 정도
I was winning a lot more clashes. Awesome.
매일 보아하는데도
So when they did get hit, they didn't just lose half their health. I will take that. Thank you to the person who dropped the rupture thing. I'm gonna say let Bamboo-Headed Kim answer, because this is kind of his thing. Not bad. Hello, Nibble. Sick, I have a test. I have a test throw. Please bite tomorrow. Please bite my teacher. No! If I do that, you won't have a teacher. I gotta remember, if one of these guys gets injured, I can use the defensive skill on Hong Lu to pull him back to heal. I do remember that. We're using that before.
단순해서 좋건 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that just so I have the purple skill so I can get Don's AoE, because that thing is really freaking strong sometimes. I will not bite the teacher.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일
Yes, that's the
보아하는데도
point. I am not going to inject a venom that will have your teacher bleeding out of every hole of their body. I am not going to do that, good sir. I'm not just gonna use my venom on command like that. That's not how I roll.
나라도 그렇게 했으면 되지.
놀랐어?
이만하면 훌륭하군요.
Oh yeah, I'm winning a lot more clashes now. I'm using this thing too. Oh, I can still use Gregor's thing too. I'm gonna do that so I can get the red skill. No, I will not bite the teacher. You cannot make me.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그런 해주세요.
튀울
내 뒤.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm seeing a lot of blood, and I'm just hoping it's not mine.
보는 맛이
It was not mine.
일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
Again, I'm gonna use the red just so I can get more of the ready to go.
헤어내리.
Oh, that was the enemy. I thought that was one of my sisters that just got their shit rocked.
내 뒤. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
Oh my god, huh? Damn!
괜찮으시려나요? 찾지 못할
Honglu got fucked up.
그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어. 4번 수감자.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
아득한
Yes, I have like all the Arknight stuff, all of it.
희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하라. 이상하게 울부짖는 내 뒤.
깔끔하게 보라고.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요.
Yeah, like, oh my god, the mic was sensitive, was messed up there. Yeah, when it first got announced, I just started aggressively saving and did not roll once for like the 10 months it was announced. And I just waited and waited and just dumped all of it on the egos. I may have went a little overboard. So much for the pulls on that banner, and all I could extract was a brilliant glory. Yep. Though, unfortunately, the two full, like... I don't really have any other teams outside of my Rupture and Bleed, and unfortunately, both of them usually don't provide the resources I need to use most of the egos consistently. It's actually my favorite, which is Ishmael's, mainly because Ishmael told me, but it's either I don't have them fielded, or they just don't, that team just does not provide the resources I need to use the ego. So I have them, but I can't really use them most of the time. Okay, this seems like it's gonna trigger a fight. What happens if I do this one? Nothing happens? I genuinely had no idea.
해오던 대로 방송을 켜겠다.
Sag, LOL. No, I can't. It can't be. My life is the experiences, the memories I had recorded are different. Alas. Kim came to stop with a grim look on his face. Again, I am returned to this day. Voice had dropped to the same pitch we had heard before. Mentor, I have been here before. Ah, you have had a peek into my memories when I distorted, did you? I must say, it's a bit embarrassing to have my deepest and darkest secrets revealed like that. Kim grinned sheepishly to clear the air, but it was becoming rather clearer to me what he was doing. That his flippant demeanor had seemingly devil-may-care attitude were but a mask to hide the true darkness in his heart. Then this must be, indeed, the right state council's estate. Someone who I had once protected thought was worth protecting. He pushed open the gates, made his way into the front yard. Watch out, Ingdu. Take a tall step over, you might trip. There were bodies splayed out. There were bodies splayed out the yard. I couldn't dare start counting them. I fell faint watching the aftermath of the carnage. Some were decapitated, others torsos split diagonally. Some of them were so mangled that I could hardly tell which parts belonged to who. Are they not retainers of the royal courts? What were they doing at the councilors? No. Were they killed by assassins? Assassins did infiltrate the estate, yes. You're looking at what remains of them. Though I had but a moment to glimpse it, I clearly remembered what the S-Corp logo I saw in Kim's Fathoms looked like. The hats of the corpses are, or were, wearing and are adorned with the same logo. So why is Bamboo-Headed Kim calling them assassins? In this corrupt land, the United States Council's life was always as precious as the candlelight in the tempest. Such is the fate of those who have the guts to speak the truth in X-Corp, where positions of influence are hoarded by corrupt. Stop making my count small, damn it! Whose chokehold on power is ironclad. The most prominent among them, the left state councilor, the chief of state, with the chief state councilor's blessing, sought to wield his own private armies to silence forever the tongues of those who would advocate against the corrupt. Private army. But they are prohibited in our homeland. So, they're kinda like how the great houses of H-Corp each had their own armies. It's similar to what is happening, but not exactly. If S-Corp's circumstances would be explained in plainer terms, it would be akin to a situation in which a company whose employees outwardly appear to be working on the same side, and this is in fact fractured within, with certain departments pledging allegiances to a different individual than the chief executive. What assassins there had been in the past at least wore masks to hide their allegiance. I thought this no different, though this with assassins significantly less invested in maintaining their disguise. Not realized that I had just placed my stone inside the tiger's maw. Looking around at the yard teeming with assassins, I recall thinking it odd how many of them they had sent. The Leslie's Council's power had grown to loom over the king. I should have realized how ridiculous such a brazen attempt on the life of one of the councils at the royal court would have been foolish. I have filled you, counselor. There were simply too many of them, as though they had decided that tonight was the night they would finally slay the counselor or die trying. I was soon overwhelmed with and some of them eventually managed to get around me and reach the counselor's bedchamber. No more of them reached the door, all strength left, and I fell on my knees. I, Kim Lib, am a poor excuse of a bodyguard. I have failed you. knew who the author of this foul scheme was, the left state counselor. Let this be my final act of loyalty ere I depart this life. Though I am too meager a person to carry on your will, counselor, what I can do is plant the seeds of terror in the hearts of the unjust, if only to shackle their blackest hearts from committing greater misdeeds. I shall go before the villain who contrived this betrayal and see that the favor is repaid with steel. Only by such vision shall the counselor at last close his eyes in his grave. Or so I had thought. What? Greetings, honored bodyguard of the White Counselor. I see you have been hard at work. Cursed parasite ought to flay you alive for revealing that wretched soul underneath. Some gall you have to show your face here. Oh, here you mean the home of the honored Right State Counselor who toils day and night in service of the royal court. I know the assassins were sent by the left state counselor. Get out of my way. I shall collect your head once the task is over. Alas, alas, this unsightly display of anger shames us all. Are all those who live by the sword as uncouth as you? The cruelty of your damning words and oppression upon decent men like myself. Let's see how long you can. Heed me, soldiers. Arrest the mad butcher. What? The accursed shall heed his crimes. 1 moon ago, in an anonymous letter, threatening to take the life of the revered Right State Counselor arrived at the royal courts. It's audacious. The making of capital looks small, damn it, is in a front not only to the royal court, but the heavens and men alike. The revered left state counselor, who has long been in disagreement with the right-wing state counselor on matters of the state, found this offense to be so heinous that he has personally commanded his men to protect his political enemy on the day on the letter. Huh? Yet a tragedy struck. All those lives sent to protect the noble counselor are slain, the bravery and justice of their honored hearts trampled upon on the ground by this villain. And now the villain promises this to yet another pillar of the royal courts. Thus we are perforce to arrest the criminal and restore the rule of law. Found scentless drivel, I saw your men make their way to the council's bedchamber with their blades drawn. Counselor, might you be looking for the right state counselor here, alive and well? My lord? The vile wretch leaned down next to my ear and whispered, perhaps you should have known where not to stick your nose. Did you really think you could have overcome the entire private army of the left state counselor's service? Sent so many of his men to their deaths just to lure me into a trap? Why? Now don't take this as a compliment, as you're not even an apex blade of the homeland, nor are you an cloud blade, but you have been a rather obstacle to the execution of my plans. The least corrupt swing. Okay, you know what? That's kind of fair. Couldn't get through with the first thing in my plan. With you constantly getting in my way, let's keep you nicely locked up and out of trouble. This can't be. For what it's worth, young man, I am sorry. Come to realize the error of my ways. The truth is, through S-Corp, I intend to pond. S-Corp is blah, 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 blah. The truth is, through S-Corp, I indeed a pond of turbid water. It was those like us who had stirred the dirt from its bed and turned it cloudy. Fearing the worst, we arrived to protect the revered Right State Counselor. 1,000 corpses upon the villain in his quest for the Right State Counselor's life. A butcherous man who has already watered the ground with S-Corp's laborers, the very blood life that runs in the veins of this most serene wing. And that charcoal-hearted villain is none other than the Council's sworn guard, Kim Lib. Okay, so I kind of got the idea that he was a really good fighter for what we've seen. But I wasn't expecting this good. Heat us a villain. And let your bonds take you. You've fallen far, my friend. You were once considered a candidate for the honor of Guillaume. And with that brand of a nobai sapping your strength, even your mastery with the blade will only dull. Are you to be my executioner? I received the orders to behead you, if that is what you're asking, nor would it be befit someone of my situation to sully my hands with the executioner's duty. How will you live on now? I don't know. The counselor has abandoned me. There is no path forward. It is more corrupt than I'd thought, rotten to the core. This is where the game ends. Time to resign my stone. Indeed it is. Why are you freeing me? Once the game has been lost, you start anew and test other gambits in the next round. Why don't you stop playing this unfair game where the opponent always starts with stones placed on all 9 star points on the board? Find a place where you can begin anew in equal standing. As soon as they realize it was who freed me, they'll come after you. It's okay, unlike someone who made a fool of himself and fled after passing the royal examinations, I have royal court's backing as its military commissar. My position in the court isn't so fickle as that they would cast me down right away just because I let go of someone like you. You're a branded criminal in the eyes of the royal court. You're as good as inconsequential. I'll report that even if you were to flee, you would still be nothing more than a plaything in the palm of their hands. I didn't think you were the kind to go against your honored principles. Some things can't be done without bending a rule or two. You are needed, and you are needed. S-Corp's future is in need of those who are less bound by expectations like yourself. Besides, it's not the rules I stand by, it's my own principles. I did say owe you a token of gratitude, didn't I? Consider this a settlement of that. Gratitude and vengeance, after all, share a common quality. They are both debts to be repaid. Come with me. There's no hope left for S-Corp. You said it yourself, didn't you? You'll never win as long as you play their rigid game. Listen, they might have a 9-star advantage over you, but to me, it's as small as 3. I'll manage to keep my finger on the pulse. Besides, change doesn't always come from the outside. The old wisdom says that to catch a tiger, you must enter its den. But couldn't it help to have an ally waiting in the tiger's den to back you up when the time comes? They're all done, your bonds are severed. Go now. Go and build your strength beyond the walls of S-Corp, yet beware of relying overmuch on foreign powers. I don't have enemy take up such a grand purpose. I'm done with S-Corp. You know how I am. I just go with the flow. Yes, do as you will. Go with the flow, be whatever you want to be. I'm just hoping that the currents of the river will someday bring you back to S-Corp, that's all. So I left the ringed game. Though I had left the rigged game, my records afterwards weren't stellar. They lay the stones on my board, as always, full of holes and mistakes. I joined the Blade lineage, became their mentor, dragged them into the library, until eventually... Well, he is in the library? I genuinely don't remember him. So eventually, I cut down those who had placed their faith in me. Self-defeating move after self-defeating move. And Jeong had let me go. I thought I had escaped the tiger's maw. But as I let the game progress and the flow, soon came to the realization that my life was an endless sequence of connect and dies. I was in the losing play from the start. Shadows dancing by the distant humanoid from the beginning to grow like wildfire. And those in the attire of the Blade lineage by the one leap over the wall and approach us, like the projections of Kim's darkening fathoms. They're from his memories. Films and photographs can sometimes remain undoctored, but the impressions a person gets from viewing the photograph is malleable. Then they must be after. Yeah, Kim believes if the Blade lineage were to come back to life, they would want to kill him. I don't remember him from Arena.
구번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면
Oh, this one's not a dragon one. Okay.
걸 준비해두지.
How does this work? Okay, so it doesn't need to clash. It just needs the... Oh, nope, never mind. So it doesn't need to clash, I just need to use it, and I can get one of them to retreat to heal. Okay. Yeah, that'll be you. Okay, so who am I gonna focus down? For no particular reason, I'm gonna just say fuck that guy in particular.
자, 12수의 목적일지 잘 생각해보라고.
And dog, you're gonna be focusing on that one now that I got a damage boost to you.
그렇게 끄적이는 거야, 미카? 실전에서는
And I may use that retreat order again. Because I got another Hushu pack that's hurt pretty bad. Wait, did it? Wait, does it need to clash? It didn't retreat them. I guess it does need to clash then, okay. You then, I guess. Try to wipe some of these guys out.
고작 이 정도 탐로야.
내 뒤.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
I just tried to get some health back from my Yushu pack, that's all.
끝내지.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아하는데도 지금 감회가 새로워요.
이 정도쯤이야? 이걸로 충분해. 너한텐.
물론
이런
적을
기술이
물어.
있으면
There we go.
너의
배우고
쓸모를
싶은데?
보여라.
하루에 의뢰를 몇 건은 더 수행할 수 있게 되겠네요.
그 비율 그대로 술값 지출은 더
He's still hurting
늘겠지만.
pretty bad, unfortunately, but I can just win right this. It's over. You've won.
혈압도 바로.
Oh yeah, that's right. The chicken is just batshit insane.
움직임이 더 쉽구나.
목을 떨궈주마. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Okay, noted. The defense skill does need a clash to actually make them retreat. Okay. I'd say get him to leave. Unless we know the context of this, I'd say get him to leave would probably be the better one. Attacking him seems unnecessary. The threat should be more than enough.
때로는 검이 문제를
Okay, so that
해결해주는
healed.
거야.
Okay, cool. My earbud just died. One moment. Okay, that's good. Because Honglu was hurting, and he's like my main guy to this team. Out of all the ones to lose, I don't want it to be him. Okay, do battle.
야음을 틈타.
Song or boss name, please? I don't know.
단순해서 좋군 9번
I haven't seen the boss yet.
물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면
Oh, it's not Drag to win this time either.
적절한 걸 준비해두지.
Here, let's see. Why was that off by default? Give me that. Okay, now I only really need that. I only really need to see where my allies are attacking. And you're just defending. So I don't really need to get involved with you two. Okay, let's just murk this guy just because we can, and I'm going to... That should kill him. At least do some number on him.
만만치 않겠군. 이니 하지.
목을 떨고 주마.
And I put a little bit of extra damage towards that one guy too, so another one should be near death by the end of this turn.
것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
I did not know the name of the boss battle. Song. Although so far my favorite soundtrack has been from Honglu's Kanto. That style music mixed with the rock. Or the metal kind of sound. That was a good combination. Jesus, this move always hits really freaking hard. Okay, I thought that would be enough to kill the one guy. It was not. Never mind. Maybe? Oh, no, it wasn't. How the hell did you nearly die? I hit you once! You weren't even targeted by any of these guys. Fuck. I'll take it. Same for you, I hit you once. I just jumped this guy and he's still hanging on. Only took one for you, okay. Okay, you target him. Who are you fighting? You. Let's hit some hits in on this guy. Actually, I could use some more purple.
헤어내리 시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨지는 자 누구 하나 살려두지 마라.
내 뒤로.
Not bad.
이건 예상 못했나 봐.
Okay, I guess maybe one of those guys was the guy she hit, because she nearly kills him each time. I'm saving this skill for the next turn, because all these guys are dead this turn. All of them. Same for this green one. I'm saving that one. Yeah, you're all pretty much dead.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
좀 서운해.
Oh, I thought they had reserve. I'll take it. 0 lust resources? Okay, no, back up. Nope. I forget how to view those. I forget how to view what I have. What do you mean I gotta do the full fight? Also, no, I don't, which color's lust? Hold on. Which color was lust? I forget. Because I think this team just may not have anything that has that move. Wait, no, I'm pretty sure I do. How do I have 0 then? Okay, well, before I, okay, so the prisoner are giving me an ego gift. Okay, so if I fail, I can just go back and do that then. But I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, everybody. Also, I need a new drink, and I need a little bit of food, because I may or may not have forgotten to make dinner when I got home again. And I am definitely feeling it. But I'll be right back. Wait, why do I have 2 wait screens? I thought I replaced it with that. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Kind of. Hello. I nibbled on food, so now I'm not dying of starvation.
내서 내려. 전장으로.
Like prey back against a cliff's edge, I am left of paths. My hand hesitates with no room to place the stone. Misjudgments? Decided to clear my throat. Misjudgments? Oregon when contemplation harrow the mind indeed. Now all that remains is to neutralize the one enemy combatant in the yard. Tell me, who's waiting for us here? You should know this place, and its enemies are a projection of your memories. Not the hardest to guess, not the hardest guess to make, is it? I expect to find I'm Jiang Ipo in here. Jiang... not Ipo, Jian... Oh, Ope? Was a woman of loyalty and principles, even a military commissar. She never stopped wanting to change the way the royal court was. Hello, Hoglu's big ass forehead. I love that name. Hello, Hoglu. Bro, imaged the baddie he risked would stop him. Even she must have broke it in the end. I scoured the newspapers and TV for anything I could find on her current state of S-Corp, but it was plain as day that nothing has changed since my departure. Minter, is that not a baseless speculation? Your concern grows uncontrollably. Never have you spoken to us with such a monstrous one in the past. Thus what lies before you is but a fragment of the distortion reflecting upon your memories. Did this Jiang appear as that monster does, Mentor? No. I love that name. Jiang wasn't like that. Jiang, I still believe it. Who in the right mind could figure out how the hell you're supposed to say this shit? Deserves to die. Destruction's not the point, but destruction's not the point. The point is that I want it, but the point is that I want it to be a place where I can cut away the corrupted and have it be a wing that cares for its common folk. If I didn't know better, I would have thought you were seeking to supplant the current S-Corp. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just a wanderer, floating down the river's flow to where the current takes him. When the river bent and hit a wall, someone picked me up and made a blade out of me. Once abandoned, I returned to the flow and found myself a mentor to those who afforded me the undeserved faith. And the river continues to wind, carrying me back to S-Corp whence I had fled. Shall I let the blade swing my inner thoughts? I can make you laugh, that's what I was hoping for. You think I'm satisfied with the way S-Corp is, but your method, as it is now, goes against the principles. I expected better from someone of your wills. Wait, that's not Will's. What? I genuinely don't know what the hell that word is. Stop making my vocabulary look small, god damn it! Clever, cunning. Oh. Oh, I thought it was a typo. That. Damn it. Oh. Oh, okay. I legitimately never seen that word typed out before, so... Or even heard that one, so my brain just shut off trying to figure it out. If you enjoy those principles so much, then why ask me to leave the game? Because someone had to stay behind and try to bring change within the limits of their principles. Only hope that one of those bends in that river of yours would float you back to knock the gates of S-Corp once it was primed for charge. Has that changed? What do you think? You at least seem to think that I have. Because you believe that I shall stand in your path. Stand in my path? And stem the flow of this river evermore. Very well. The state law is that denial of the will of the royal court is a crime deserving of death by beheading. I, Jiang, second ordinate of the official of the sword and military commissar of the royal court, shall uphold the command. Ever since Hog Lu's thing, that is a goofy ass face. That, oh my god, that is the goofiest shit. Anyway, ever since Hog Lu's canto, I have just been struggling to read all the things they throw at me. This ain't the real one, but one that was conjured by him, so it's like him's facing a part of him projected as someone he knows. And that someone he knows is freaking tall, man! Okay, any funny shit, or no? Okay, so no, you have to be, you're one of the ones that has to be, Okay, so the assist units cannot clash, but you're the same deal as the other one. Okay, yeah, bleed boys. Okay, so you're kind of the same as the other one. Okay. Prince Art, gain or lose 2? Oh my god, complicated mechanics I freaking struggle with, man. I struggle with this shit so freaking much. Stack based on... I don't understand this shit. Encrypted envy skills, which will not be affected by what? There's just way too much shit for me to understand what's going on, man. I just can't do it. This is way too much for me to wrap my mind around. I focus on, like, brain-dead Unga mechanics because I genuinely cannot figure other shit out. Without someone basically holding my hand the whole freaking time. Even then, I still don't get it half the time. Oh boy, I don't know, man. Here we go. Let's try to get this shit charging, like... Oh, wait, neutral, but you're dominated. Okay. Okay, I read that as Baby Splitter. I really misread that name. Oh, oof. And after this one, I'm gonna try to get Gregor's thing charging as well.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
이 몸을 온당히 벌하시네. 기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다.
She ain't Matthews.
내 뒤.
Well, I'm sorry. I glanced at the name and I just moved on. I had to do a double take.
정보다도 풍살, 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대, 여기서 빛찬 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 트레이너!
I had to win the Clash Vad, and this does big damage. Although this one did not do as much damage as it usually does. Ouch.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Still don't understand the sword thing, though. I don't. I just don't.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 부수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
Basically, swordplay changes her coin power and base. Her stance statuses are summarized so you can read the stats. Stances? Okay, looks like I'm not getting Gregor's charging this turn. chance that's called Valve. Okay. I don't know what that means. This team doesn't really have those. She's still a strong unit to have on the field, so I have her out, but she doesn't really have... this team doesn't really have those. Come on, just give me one single thing where I could get a free hit on you. I don't want to do damage, I just want to set Gregor's blade thingy. I guess I could probably swap one of the snake people out with that one. Target enemy has the most bleed. Okay, you're targeting him. You're targeting him. Oh, okay. I think there's enough. We need to use the ego here. Wait, why are you hopeless all of a sudden? You were fine earlier. Oh no, I was using it on you. Oh. Is that AoE? No. Okay, do I have anybody who can dodge? No, I don't. That works. You're hopeless too. Oh boy. You don't. You have Don's mark? No, you don't. What is this battle stand thing? Oh, battle form. There we go. The hints don't even help. It just adds more onto the shit I don't already understand. Somehow pulled a win out of my ass despite not knowing a single mechanic in this game outside of bleed, and it's worked so far, so... Fingers crossed. I just did that solely to win the clash. This isn't gonna do much damage at all. It's just really good at winning clashes.
아득한 여정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로.
Most of this should be up to tie 4. I'm just used to them hitting harder than that. And that should get him charging.
즐거움. 언제나 순탄치 않았고 때로는 어설펐지만 여러분과 함께하는 여행은 늘 제 마음을 설레게 만들었답니다. 그렇게 여기서 멈추고 싶지 않아요, 단테님.
Okay. Use a pan made of multi-coin skills. Gain advantage at lower sword play. So which one? Hold on. Which one was it? Battle form. Okay. Lower sword play. No, what? Cash start, gain 3 sword. Wait, so am I just supposed to ignore this and let it hit me? Oh, it does like no damage. Oh, so yes. Maybe. I don't know. It's especially more effective at low, so I want to. So if I clash this one, if I start lose 3, so do I? So I don't want to. I just want to let this hit me or something. I don't want that to clash. So I'm gonna go with yes. I don't know, man. Oh shit, what the fuck are you? Clash's code goes to speed onions cannot be staggered. Oh no. Okay, so I will. Okay, so yeah, so that's like priority number 1 to get that one. Oh, you're actually just dominating. That is. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, still dominating. That's. You know what? That actually is not anywhere near as bad as I thought. Okay, and the rest of this can just be a lot of damage. I think I have everything clashed. Yes, I do. Oh, I don't have you clashed. No, I don't. I don't even know how I got the sanity that low. I really don't. It's just working out for me, I guess. Who the hell pulls out a bow to shoot someone in the face point blank? I mean, I did that in Sons of the Forest, but that's just because I couldn't aim the damn thing. Like, in the time it took for her to aim that damn thing, I could have gotten like 7 strikes on her. And the long ass time it took her to pull out the freaking bow at point blank range. Why?
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네.
And why the hell did that Sarah just stand there and take it like a dumbass? God, even my ass could have avoided that one. I can't tell how much damage it's actually doing. I can't tell. There's too much going on screen, but thankfully it didn't look too bad. Oh, I'm halfway to that mark.
그렇게만 해주세요.
Okay, so I'm still wanting to avoid the red attack. What do you mean, oh no? What do you mean, oh no? Oh! Oh, fuck. Well, I could have also popped this. I could have also popped this and this. So, I still have those. I very rarely use them. So, it's not too terrible. Hey, Greg, how you doing? You're not ready yet. Okay, any AoEs I need to do. Okay, what's clashing with what? Okay, you're favored. Oh wait, no, and oh, you're hitting that one. The hell happened to your sanity? I don't know how I got it down. Is this just how I've been winning shit this whole time, just by sheer luck and random bullshit? Oh wait, no, wait a minute. What? Crap. No, you were clashing with that. Okay, no, I didn't actually do anything with that. You're good then. Okay, no, you're struggling. You go after that. Yeah, I'm more or less dominating and favoring everything, so...
먹을 콱 물어버리자고. 내 뒤.
Get him, Faust! Again, all the Hishu pack and just a random ass magical girl thrown into the mix. I have the Hishu pack version of her too. I just keep using this one because I think she's pretty. And she has a tendency to just work. Okay, that one stung a bit.
뭘 그렇게 끄덕이는 거야, 미카? 실전에서는 다 비슷해라니까.
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
Honglu, how long is it gonna take you to charge your freaking ego?
경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군.
I need that thing to hit like a freight train on semi. Actually, we're very close to that notch. That might be a waste of damage if it hits now. Oh my god, that stung.
꿈이란 건 이런 사소한 일에도 슬며시
What the hell happened to your sanity, Don?
모두가 노력한 덕분에 업무가 일찍 끝날 것 같아.
Okay, the next turn it should set it off. Gregor, you're charged. That's good. I saw an alien. Oh, noes. She goes into that randomly, dips down to 44, and then goes back up. Wait, usually when I use the MV skills, it goes up. I actually have no idea how to actually properly use her. I've just been using her and it just works. I don't actually know how to get rid of that. It just kind of happens. Oh wait, so how does this... Wait, so... On the next turn, she should switch stances, right? So on this turn, I want to start lowering this, correct? I think. Okay, wait, lose 3, yes. Because that's going to bite me in the ass if I get that up any higher. You might have already bit me in the ass and I just don't know it. Oh god. Wait, no, you don't need to use that ego. That ego can be spent elsewhere. Actually, wait, no, I would rather you not take that hit. Not right now. I've had you die on me at the worst possible moment right before that went off. That's the wrong one. That's not the one. Which one's Honglu targeting? Oh, that one. Yeah, this is just how it works for me. I've never once understood a boss mechanic, and somehow it just works.
아득한 여정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로.
Just for me going whatever happened with whatever happens to win the clash. Outside of JQ, him, I had to figure out how to actually fight him.
그림자 속으로 가라앉게. 옳다.
Mind you, I could still fuck it up. I've done it before. JQ, yeah. From the other, I had to actually learn how to fight him, cause that one, I was like the one time I had to actually learn the mechanics of the boss. By that, I mean I had to look it up after like 3 hours of trying to figure it out. I legitimately just did not get it. And it turns out I just had to have Honglu clash and learn a particular skill. Oh god. This always makes me nervous.
내가 너를 꼭 살린다.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지.
Wait, what? I thought Honglu was gonna get his ego off this turn. I guess not. Did I win? I guess I'm not gonna be able to.
막아내지 못하리.
Yeah, I suck at this game. It just works.
희망과 미래를 찾아.
I suck at the game. Usually just works out, but that one didn't. I actually had to figure that one out. Did I win? I'm surprised I didn't get Honglu's eagle off. I didn't need it. Usually that thing ended up being my saving grace more than once.
내 뒤.
I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can, like right the hell now. Oh, he's healing. It's got to be what he hits. He's healing.
곱게 접은 종이에 던졌으니
I need that. Okay, that's what's going on.
빈 벼루에 남아
약점을
That's
잘
probably
모르셨습니다. 이제 해결사의 전투복.
I've never seen it go off until it hits one.
하늘 가리고
I am very confused.
이 한 몸 바쳐
I will take it.
땅으로 모든 피 쏟아내리.
I will take it.
피가 아무리 탁해졌다 한들
I have no idea why it went off. I've never seen it go off when it's not been on one before, but I will take it.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
Well, this is the first time I've had him fielded where I don't get. Something healed him, and I don't know what. So maybe it doesn't count if it's damage that was healed? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know I had anything that could heal me in this team. Wait, Faust's thing heals? I used the green one, and it doesn't seem to affect anything that heals. Oh no, if one ally of the lowest HP... Yep, that's what happened. I guess maybe it doesn't count that. I'll take it. I shall take it. Wait, it didn't lower the... Oh, Lord. Not again. Wait, she doesn't have a stance. Oh, no, she does. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. This might sting a bit. Never mind. It seems fine. Wait. It changed. What? Okay, that one stayed hopeless. Hopeless. Favored. Hopeless. Favored. Hopeless. Dominating. I don't understand some of the things that happen in this game. I knew that was a thing for a long time. I just don't know why. Okay, so there's like two abilities that are not Clash, and... Oh no, that's unopposed. I don't want that. Go again.
쓸모가 있으려나?
회풍.
What about Kim? What'd Kim do?
흐릿한 등화. 곱게 적은 종이에 번졌으니.
As soon as him do that move before, what'd he do?
빈 벼로에 남았구나. 선생님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시네요.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하는.
I'm surprised he didn't lose a single center in this fight. Normally lose at least 3.
판도는 유리하나 교만하면 뒤집어지는 법.
그래서 어쩌라는 거지?
경계. 그걸 꼭 말로 해야 하나?
Gain 3 sword. No, down that shit. Oh, it's not ready yet. Oh no. I am noticing some problems with the splashing. Well, I mean, I probably won, but I really don't want to risk messing this up. Faust, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to take one for the team here, bud.
쓸모가 있으려나?
Yeah, okay, I had a feeling. Yep. She's not as powerful as I recall, yet weighed down by the brand, I'm not so far ahead or behind. I don't know. I think we're doing pretty well. Really, they appear mainly evenly matched, yet he's wielding that sword like he's trying to get himself killed. The boy orc is far beneath him, seeking the end here, is he? Can you afford to look away in a duel? What are you doing? You'd rather lock your swords with mine than parry it away? Can't have a proper sword fight without a blade lock, though, huh? I mean, I used a lot of egos there, so yeah. I mean, the fight's over, thankfully, I hope. The duel between the Mentor and the Syndicate and the military commissar, that hiccup of S-Corp, is neck to neck, clash after clash. The two warriors evenly lock their blades in a contest of might before it comes to a close in a final fatal blow. When the dust settles, the mentor lies in the sand dead. If that is what you want, I will grant it. Good, let's finish this. So Bamboo-Hatted Kim and Cheong relayed their final bout. Engdu leaped in between them. Engdu! Are you really so ashamed that you would choose death over life, mentor? Are you so scared to live that you would rather die? Yes, I am. I am scared. I am terrified of my own audacity to live my days as though I hadn't failed everything and everyone who had the misfortune of placing their faith in me, my mission, my honor, my fellows. As though my path isn't haunted by ghosts, as though I can stand shamelessly before the watching eyes of the heavens. What have I done with the life that was given to me? Bind to the realities of my homeland. I serve a master who chose politics over loyalty and justice. I cut down my very fellows who chose to trust a fool like me. Walked my entire life as the flow carried me, and when I finally had the mind to look back, all I saw were blood-red traces everywhere. I had gone. Isn't it about time I admit that this game cannot be won that? Enter the weakness in your strength has failed your mission. Weakness in your position has failed your honor. And the weakness in your heart has become the fiendish blade that cut down your fellows. I thought you were here to talk me into keep on living, yet your words pain me so. That weakness of yours is it this time that you would cast away your own creed in life. What other weaknesses will you use as an excuse today? Stop trying to bear responsibilities asked not of you. The Blade Winner's lineage was never about responsibility, nor was it about you, mentor. Or does the overbearing guilt help you overestimate your importance? What was that sing again? Fellow travelers in the same boat will aid one another. Not a single soul demanded that of you. Talk about kicking a man while he's down. And I have had enough of that flippant larking of yours. We all have. Do you truly believe that not a single one of us picked up on the fact that all your levity was a means of relieving yourself of the burden you had cast upon your own shoulders? None of us ever demanded some important feat from you. What was it you've always said to describe yourself? That you are but a butchering blade that wields not itself a tool wielded by willing hands. Why, mentor? I don't know what kind of shame or responsibilities a mere tool has, do you? Because I fail to see any. If the shame does not subside still, then shroud your face with that bamboo hat of yours and live on. Live on so that you may repay your debts. Out of blades, out of arrows. Even the heart that sought death lies defeated at your feet. There is no stone left of my next gambit. There is nothing more. Perhaps there was some merit in your words, that I must retreat from the silly game of stones and become a fiend of blades. Enter, that is not what I said. The hell is a fiend of blades anyway? That term was mentioned briefly earlier. I think in Hong Lu's canto, and I never heard anything about it again. Interesting. Whence did you hear that poem? Yes, when inverted, a bamboo hat is like an unladen ship. Engdu and were knocked away from bamboo-hatted Kim as though bounced off by an invisible force. He raises his gaze to meet the empty air, as though something were there, a hollow light escaping his lips. Oh no. We know who he's talking to. Oh no. It's that voice. Ah, shit. That ain't good. I kicked your ass once. I don't know if I can do it again. The last move was not a good one. Indeed, I did not wish to become a blade. But you... And what did you do? Forge me into an indiscriminate one that cleaves blindly into friend and foe both. It seems that in your excitement you have concerned yourself with that last move. What? The dude has no aura! Like, none! He gets some and then he immediately loses it. There's some other random bullshit he does. Well, as it seems, I have had the opportunity to retrace our past moves. Allow me to try something different this time. Wait a minute. Okay, I know when it did the Arc Knights collab thing, Faust briefly described the distortion thing, that it could lead to manifest an ego, but it could also be a distortion. I don't know if that's true for the rest of this, but that's how it went in the Arc Knights thing that she'd said, so hopefully you don't gotta fight him when he's distorted again. Be not so vexed by this round, as you say. We never know what the next game shall bring. Wait, did I put the wrong thumbnail? I am pretty sure I did not put the wrong thumbnail. Hold on. Oh no, I did! What? This crazy... Hey! Engdu has a whole nother side to her, okay? That happened. As one of my viewers said, that was the face of a man who's married, but doesn't know it yet, and cannot escape. I just love that image, so I just used it as a thumbnail. I appreciate and will treasure the other bits of your advice. But let us play by my rules for tonight's game. Well, it did specify that the other person was a good friend, that was it. Something's different this time, isn't it? He ain't distorting, I think that, yep. And... Hey, whatever the fuck that word is, perhaps. Nothing is for certain indeed, yet I trust that that the words of my last remaining follower have also reached your ears. Yeah, it's gonna be ego, isn't it? We've seen him start to do like the blue-eye glow thing that his distortion had, and then it'd go away. I noticed that when he was fighting. I just didn't think anything of it. I am but a tool I am but a tool wielded by willing hands. Nothing in my life has ever been certain. I know not rather this move is what cements my defeat, but I desired it to be a victorious stone nonetheless. Thank you, I will take that encouragement. Thank you, I will take what encouragement I can. That strange invisible pressure dissipates, and the armored woman readjusts her grip on the sword. Kim turned around to look at her, and I saw that weighty shadows seemed to have been lifted from his face, replaced with a mix of relief and determination. He may gain aura for like 5 minutes, but something's gonna happen where he loses it again. Still, that looks fucking awesome, though. It'd be embarrassing to change my stance now, but now I fight to live. I suppose you'll be okay with that. Of course. To hide from the heavens' gaze is this hat I wore. An empty boat I bore my friends along. Bamboo revealed, we drifted from the shore to shore. With wine, I donned the hat to watch Bloom's throng. Well, I fucked that up, damn it. In Marith, I doth that shroud to moon adore. You know, yeah, now I see it. With bamboo hat to veil my brow. Through the winds and rain. Through winds and rain may rage, I shall not. Hide to me, bamboo hat at once, speak your name, for I find your outfit dubious of character. And can we stop using poetry and just use normal words? I am struggling here. I am simple. I am he who has mentored the lineage of blades to its premature end. I am he who has sought to bring salvation to the downtrodden to no avail. What to call a man who has failed to disburden himself from the world? The name of a man who has failed to bear the weight of the world, there is none. So call me Bamboo-Hatted Kim. Bamboo-Hatted Kim. I clicked spacebar on accident. I'm sorry, I wasn't reading Twitch. I was distracted. Man, I command Meltdown is so crazy. Is he as a tank ego? Like, 10-free protection is just so strong. Yeah, it's a shame for all the people who didn't get... Yeah, I got all of them. I was prepared. Hiya, I'm new here. Hello, small boy. And I'm sorry to the other person, I was distracted by either not dying in the fight or shit going on in the story. I forgot to read. That is a weird-ass sound, by the way. Let's get out of this. The photographs rapidly fold away from reality. Perhaps because Kim had successfully managed to face his own past. And the photographs and memories that were overlaid upon the fathoms are pulled away. What remains is a man in dirty, ragged clothing. Oh, thank God, the sound has stopped. The fathoms of S-Corp slowly lose grip on this world. And soon reveals the fathoms of distortion that was hidden beneath it. Fathoms of distortion that was hidden beneath it. I see residents of the backstreets in their blissful heights from taking the canned experience. men who watch them with disapproval. Why is everyone running away from all this? A baker always surrounded by a smell of freshly baked bread. A florist who makes lovely bouquets for graduating youngsters. Finally, that sound stopped. Yeah, that just said. I did not mute the mic in time for that first half of that coughing fit. I'm sorry. Ouch. A photographer who captures the beautiful sights to remember. They're our lives, our experiences. You want to be a billionaire with that extravagant mansion in the nest, a legendary fixer who can mix in its cow and feel just by going on a stroll. What you get from those cans is not real. Everything in your lives, all of this, just empty means to an end, so that you can get high on fake purchase experiences nailed into a can. If that's all your life is, then my life and the photographs I've taken are all... No, it can't be. Then life, those experiences and memories I photograph are different. You are all blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience, without a care about the real thing. That's why you're all floundering, grasping at illusions. So let me show you the things I've shot. The memories, the experiences, the reality of your lives. It was only in passing, but I glimpsed an unmistakable grimace of sorrow, a scowl on Masalt's face. I reflected upon the events of today. I could at least begin to guess as to why that might be. You don't believe there's any experience in either the can experience or the guy's photographs, do you, Masalt? Because experiences and memories aren't the same thing. Reality distinguishes them. I wasn't sure. Correct, manager. But what I knew was that the distraction... was, for whatever reason, important to Masalt. The distinction, I can't read. Huh? A figure materialized in a humanoid form, swirling out of the projector. He must be the distortions. And next to him, another figure, stumbling out of a giant suit of armor. But blimey, that thing's still alive? It is but an overlay of the fathoms created by within distortion space. The concept of life and death was little meaning to such a thing. Yet faint does she grow. It must be the distortion's power is waning. Hark, accursed one, for these are your crimes. The crimes of fomented chaos in a foreign wing while impersonating something. The crime of exploiting the suffering of downtrodden as a mere veil of one's own fathoms. And though it be but part of a reenactment, impersonating a military commissar in the kingdom without a royal decree. Unto the law of the homeland, the accused is to be sentenced to death by beheading. And before we even had a chance to step in or anything, a faint mirage like a roar brought down her sword onto the docugrapher's neck, decapitating. Well, shit! I mean, the problem's still solved, I guess. But I don't think that needed to happen. Can't enter the Fathoms, slay one outside it. Such an instance has heretofore never been observed, but as it is happening right now, right before our eyes, I can only say yes. As a woman of principle. Leaking treatments. Minus the mind blower. I, for a brief moment, thought that was swung at Kim. She would have done the same to the bitter end had she truly been here. As the headless body of the inflection point crumbles to the floor, Young shape slowly phases out of reality. And we found ourselves back into the projection room. And there... No way, don't tell me the headless corpse is... We found a large group of injured N-Corp staff thrown pell-mell about the room, and Ezra, who was looking down at the headless body of the docographer. Dying to your own distortion at that point is just
또 한 줄 기를 담겼군.
That is one of the biggest L's I think I've seen someone take in Project Moon. Is just I never thought I would see someone just get killed by their own distortion. Like, come back from it just to get murked. That is just sad. That is just sad. Yep, right on. Gotcha, team leader. And that's the initial report. Done. Good work, guys. Tucking her radio back in, Ezra commended us in a relieved voice. The distortion has perished in the mission. Will that not cause trouble? Yeah, that kinda sucks, but it's not like you guys could help it. Who would have thought that the distortion would kill its own inflection point? If we knew that in advance, we probably would have prepared something to stop it, but... I mean, you could have never actually have planned for that. I can't imagine anybody would have thought about that. I don't think that's ever been a thing that's even been thought of or has happened before. So, yeah, that's a new one. Well, that's for the LCD and the team leader to investigate. All in all, this mission was still a success since we managed to eradicate the distortion from N-Corp, not to mention satisfying our client. Also, I looked toward Engdu and Kim with a lighthearted shrug, clearly less concerned than she had been earlier. Now I finally know why you've been disappearing on your own without letting us know. Glad you didn't seem to have any more reason to, though, so it's all good. Hey, that's the real win of this mission in my book. I have a feeling he's still gonna slack off at points. Phew, the point is, we did it. We did the thing, it's done. Gosh, I swear I am never doing one of these without team leader ever again. Seriously, I got this close to losing it more than a few times. It seemed that the responsibility of looking after her LCD juniors had kept her stressed and high-strung throughout the mission. I hadn't noticed it, but her brows had finally relaxed, bringing back the chippier Ezra I was more familiar with. The distortion LARPed that hard. I'm still confused on the exactly though. Why would the photographer's distortion? Why was the photographer's distortion affecting him in the way that still partially confuses me. And to be fair, that was also something caused by Kim and not that random photographer who just got murked. So in a roundabout way, it's kind of his fault. I hadn't noticed it, but I already read that. Oh god, no. Oh god, she's still... Thus I shall not abide by any more of your idolence. You will now join us on a mission and task as we are expected to. Is that understood, mentor? Hey, dude, would you mind releasing the hymns of my sleeve? For what I haven't... For what I would have given to lie down and pass out right about now. Engdu is legit. She is legitimately scary. She was not at all like this when we first met her. This just came out of nowhere when he showed up. I freaking love this. I love her. Her emotion in Kim's voice had likewise faded, and with Engdu's voice no longer as barbed as it had been in the Fathoms, it seems to me that the two are back to a more relaxed selves that I knew. Oh my god. I love these two, and I hope we get to see more of them. I can't exactly say more relaxed for Kim, though, because now... Because that's how he's always been, at least from what I have seen in any case. Fine, you are released. It's safe to say that she's actually kind of the one in charge here. Nah. You've given me a good, I mean, heart shake. I don't feel so good. Engdu, I'm afraid that they may have gone overboard with upgrading your arms. With your hip released, allow me to reiterate that. Stop. My heart finds pieces well as I watch them bicker. Is everyone doing okay? I want to know, I want to see when they first met. And then on. Is Engdu just like this? Did everything happening bring her to this point, or is she just like this? I need to know. Is everyone doing okay? Yes, Executive Manager. Our forces only suffered minor injuries that do not require you to go through the trouble of rewinding the clock. Hang on, mate. I got a dislocated shoulder. I can pop it right back into place for you. Allow me. I've taken care of similar injuries in the field. Yeah, and guess what happened the last time I let you do that? You rotated my bloody arm the wrong way and turned the bones in my shoulder into little chips. Don't sweat it. I can rewind that. Okay, okay, even if it's more minor injuries I got from a battle, even if it's not like something serious and life-threatening, those injuries can still pile up over time and hurt you in the long run, so it's best to rewind it if you've got an injury, especially a dislocated shoulder. If that happens and it heals, you're going to be feeling it later in life, especially if it's a thing that happens repeatedly, because apparently it's happened to him before. Those injuries start to add up, so let's just let Dante rewind the clock for this. Don't sweat it, I can rewind that. By now, I've already grown used to the pain of rewinding. Since injuries, a dislocated shoulder shouldn't be a big deal. I have ought to ask thee a clarification if thou wilt. Yeah? Dost thou recall, as we battled the N-Corp's pin frame team, The foes have taken photographs of us. And? They are those who were sent to identify and capture the one who hath violated a taboo, forsooth, and restore their paths. 'Tis no mystery why we had to come to blows, yet I find it most perplexing. Wherefore did they take so many photographs of us? Maybe they were taking photographs to report their locations? Recording footage is taboo in court, meaning they can't install security cameras here. The only option of keeping a consistent record is tracking down a case of a person is by photographs. Fine words hold water, yet most puzzling forsooth, for I recall that clearly that from a certain point they had begun photographing us with renewed obsession. Oh, hey, that sounds like a question from Assault. Given how often I had to rely on the information Assault had provided me in this mission, I think I've got enough practice to know how to phrase my question the right way to pull the answers I need from him. I couldn't get him to tell us his own judgments on matters, but since he seems to have a near photographic memory of what he's seen. Assault, do you remember how many pictures of us the InCorp staff took? I do, 56 times. That's a lot of pictures. You actually remember the exact number of times they shot us? I do. It's always so neat seeing his memory in action. So, did you get the chance to see which one of us got the most photographs taken? I did. And who was it? Who was it? Is it me? I make a fine model, if I do say so myself. No, it wasn't you. It was me. Huh? But why? I mean, what's the most statistically likely reason that it was you? Because it's his turn, Dante, you know this! It was at that moment I heard the sound of pebbles crunching under the boots approaching us louder and louder. What the heck? InCorp. Ah, dang it. Are you here because we beat up some of your guys? But listen here, we had to because the distortion, see? It is as she says, the skirmish was an unfortunate consequence of combating the distortion phenomenon. Limbus Company provides a customer damage compensation program in case of such unforeseen events. In case of engaging us in battle, please elect to contact the emergency response team at our headquarters at your first. Yes, we fully understand the circumstances surrounding the battle, and we intend to submit an expeditious request for damages compensation as you have recommended. But we are here on different business, so if you would be so kind as to let us speak. Different business? They're here to arrest me, manager. Hold on, Assault. Let's hear them out. Wait, what? Assault did not resist. He walked past us to join the group of InCorp employees. Please confirm that you are Assault, formerly one who nails, former member of the maintenance and management team of the Grand. The one who. Assault? Confirmed. By the decree of the Giants, you have been expelled from InCorp. With the imprisonment as the Penalty for non-compliance. Wait. The one who nails, as in, like, nail and hammer. I was not expecting that one. Resistant. So wait, let me make a small damage. To Article 12 of the eviction regulations, you have also been informed that remaining in N-Corp's district for more than 6 hours may subject you to immediate arrest. Please confirm your memory pertaining to the above incident has not been expunged. Are you of sound mind to recall it in entirety? Confirmed. Well then, very well, then in keeping with regulations, I hereby notify you that you are now subject to arrest and transport. Place your hands behind your back and please offer no resistance. I am required to inform you that resistance may incur further penalties. Wait, stop. What the hell's going on? Wait, forget all that. Did you know this would happen, Mersault? Mersault, who stood calmly with his arms behind his back as N-Corp employees handcuffed him, nodding in my direction. I did, manager. Then why the heck didn't you warn? It was less of a question, more of a reflex. I didn't even need to hear his reply to know why. Right, I never asked, did I? You did not. I said you should have warned us earlier. I said you should have warned us way earlier, but you'd just reply, I will follow those instructions going forward, right? Yes, I would. I never even realized that. I just assumed it was armor. I just assumed it was armor and that was all. Because he had a tendency just to punch things in his base version, so... And even in his other version, he just had a tendency just to throw hands. So I just thought it was just armor. I didn't think anything past that. I never actually considered that. Subject now in custody. From this moment onwards, you are considered a subject and will be transported to N-Corp headquarters for your trial. As for the rest of you, you will be the organization the suspect is part of. Organize your arms. What the bloody hell do you think you're... Heathcliff? Are you about to antagonize N-Corp, a wing? In the absence of a reasonably justifiable cause, such as contract engaging in battle with the city's corporate entities, is strongly discouraged. Yeah, and we're just supposed to twiddle our thumbs while they drag him away? This must be another piece of information they neglected to tell me. Yet another development that was set in stone. Sawyer claimed of collected... Despite her calm and collected explanation, I could tell that this was not a pleasant situation for Faust either, as she was sending an uncomfortable glance at N-Corp employees. So where are you taking him? A retrial will be secluded for the execution of the exile's sentence. They replied dispassionately as they took Mersault into custody. We looked back at them, not knowing what to do or say. The late afternoon sun pricked at us like a thousand hot needles. Mersault, now in handcuffs, gazed at us with an expression that could not be that I would not have seemed out of place on an ordinary day. Well, this is a fucked up situation. I mean, at least if we execute him, we could just revive him again, but still. Oh my god, no, Image trolling the executioners from a distance. Like, I'm assuming by execution they mean, like, actual execution. Like, they kill him, he just gets revived again. And, like, and they don't know, let's say they don't, like, know about Dante, or they're not in the general vicinity for them to know they're doing anything. His head just reforms again. Or whatever it is they do to kill him, and it just keeps going back and forth. That's kind of fucked up, but it'd be kind of funny, too. I'm gonna do this real quick. Not enough rewards, damn. Is there a hard mode in this one? I don't think there is. No, there's not. Oh, I never did stream this one. Meh. And again, I wish I would have kept the Arknight story, because they kind of made it where it's loosely canon, so I really wish I would have kept an Arknight story, because it was a good story. Limited time or not, I don't like how they removed the story. System notificate meh. Event notifications, no. No, I got it. Well, I was just... Same, I missed... Yeah. It'd be really cool if Arknights used... Okay, so that main character... What the hell was her name? I can't remember. She was like the main girl we were working with. She was not in Arknights. It would be cool if... It'd be cool if, like, Arknights, like, later down the road actually uses that character. Mayors, yeah, Mayors. Someone told me that Mayors was in Arknights. It'd be cool if they actually used Mayors in, like, Infield or something. Because from what they told me, she wasn't in Arknights. Wait, she is player? Wait. She is playable? Someone told me she wasn't even in it. Okay, no, she's not. No, she's not. Yeah, she's only in Limbus as of right now. Okay. I said Image. True. Well, you said Image... Image Mayors is playable. Oh yeah, but you said she's playable. That would imply she's in the game. Meh, whatever. Well, anyway, I am out of time for this one. I gotta get going. I'm not gonna be able to stream tomorrow like normal. Sunday will be, Sunday will probably be, Little Witch Nobita, the Trial Tower. Monday will be, Monday will probably be Zenless or something else. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta work out next week's schedule, I don't know. Monday will maybe be Zenless, I'm not sure, but I forgot I was still watching your stream, I accidentally fell asleep. Well, hello Heathcliff. Awkward time to wake up. Oh, hypothetically if she will, oh, okay. But yeah, I will not be streaming tomorrow like normal. I will be streaming Sunday night, most likely Little Witch Nobita. Maybe I'll switch it to Blue Archive if there's either a story event added for the end of the raid, or I feel like doing like the Momo Talks or something. It's just more of a chill short stream. But anyway, without further ado, I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody, and bye-bye. I'm gonna pass out now.
When tomato,